Dear students, in this lecture video, we studied about the analysis of voltage stability using QV curves and PV curves. This is the continuation of voltage stability. Students, now we have to consider the symbol system. Okay, the system is then represented in the diagram. This is the symbol system. So this symbol is nothing but the system, power system is connected to infinite bus. The capital E represents the sending end voltage. The capital V is nothing but the receiving end voltage, and then Jx is the reactance of the transmission line. Then the load is P, and then P is the real power, and then Q is the reactive power. Here the Q equal to P tan pi. So you see, this is the power triangle. So this is the adjacent side real power, then hypotenuse apparent power, the opposite side reactive power. This is the angle, that means power factor angle or phase angle pi. Okay, from the power angle diagram, cos pi equal to P by S, sin pi is equal to Q by S. Therefore tan pi is equal to sin pi divided by cos pi, that is equal to Q by S divided by P by S. S cancel. Finally we are getting Q by P. So therefore the reactive power Q is equal to P into tan pi. This only you have to applicable here. Okay, so therefore Q is equal to P tan pi. Okay, so here for this symbol system we draw the QV curve and PV curve. From this length we have to analyze the voltage stability and instability. Now you see the diagram. This is the curve, that means PV curves only. This is the normalized PV curve for the fixed source, means infinite source. Okay, so the x-axis is power, that is the real power. P is equal to Px divided by E squared, and then y-axis V is equal to V by V. The capital V is the receiving end voltage, and then capital E is the sending end voltage. The X is the reactance, actual reactance of the power system. Okay, so now you see, that means the x-axis real power, y-axis equal to V, and then you can keep the tan pi, that parameter, from 1.0 value to minus 0.75 value. So that means 0.25, the step is 0.25, that means 1.0 plus 0.75 plus 0.5 plus 0.25. Then next tan pi is equal to 0, then tan pi is equal to minus 0.25, tan pi is equal to minus 0.5, then tan pi is equal to minus 0.75. So totally 8 curve is there. You can see this is the 0, this is the 1 value. Okay, the curve. But you see, for example, the tan pi is equal to minus 0.75. You see the voltage, that means that is the increases like this. Okay, but the value between the 0 and 1 to only, but you can see this is the indicate the stability and all. Okay, so depending upon the tan pi value only, we have to get the PV curve. So now you see the PV curve, the normalized PV curve, that means map onto the, then we can get the QV curves only. That means for the constant value of the real power P, then we note down the reactive power Q and then the voltage V, receiving end voltage V, then we can replot the QV curve. That's why I am telling map the normalized PV curves onto the QV curves. Okay, so then the V is above 1.0 per unit, per P is equal to 1 by 0 per unit value in the QV curves. Okay, because in the QV curves P only different value, in the QV curves P is the different value, and then PV curves tan pi is the different value. Okay, the right hand side represents the normal condition where applying the capacitor bank raises. Now you see the diagram. Okay, so this is the right hand side, this is the right hand side. You see the right hand side, that means you see the curve. Okay, they see the curve, this is the curve. Okay, so we can that means the voltage increases, that is the raises only. That meaning is what means we can add the reactive power component, that means power devices, improvement devices, we have to use it. Okay, you see now the normalized QV curve for the infinite bus bar only. Now you see the diagram. That means x-axis equal to voltage, y-axis equal to reactive power Q, V is equal to V by E, Q is equal to QX by E squared. Okay. In this case, the P from 0 value to 1 value. That means 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and then 1. For the different values, we draw the normalized QV curve only. Okay, see this is the, if 0 means it started from 0, okay, that is equal 1. Again if 2 pi means the P, that means, so therefore the P is equal to 0.25, then the curve shape is like this. Then 0.5, P is equal to 0.5, the shape of the curve is like this. Similarly P is equal to 0.75, then like this. You see, then the depending on here the P is equal to 0, the Q is negative value. Then P is equal to 0.25, the Q also is negative value. Okay, again the P is equal to, that means 0.5, that means the Q is equal to 0 value. If the P real power is equal to 0.75, that means the Q, the reactive power increases. Then again P is equal to 1.0, you see this is the reactive power. So based on the real power value P, that means the Q value increases. This is the analysis of QV curves. From this end we can identify the voltage also. Now you see this is the QV curve for the 4 different loads, that is P1, P2, P3, P4, 4 different loads. Okay, so x-axis is V, that is the unit is per unit base value, y-axis is equal to reactive power Q, the unit is per unit. All the values are converted into per unit. Now you see for the load P1, what the Q is reserve. Okay, that means the system is stable. That means we can maintain the stability. If for the load P2, that means if the load increases, what happened, that means the P2 is marginally stable only. But for the load P3 and P4, the P3 and P4 represents the higher load. Under higher load conditions, high load condition, that is P3 and P4, this is, that means the voltage is, that means that is the system is instability only. System is instability, that is unstable only. Okay, now you see this is the reactive power margin. Figure A and B, this is the reactive power margin. Okay, you see x-axis V and then y-axis equal to Q. Okay, Q. In the Q, this is, it means the top is the capacitance, this is the reactance. Similarly, in the B also, that means bottom is the reactance, the top is the capacitance. Okay, then this is the curve. Okay, so this is the shunt capacitor bank we are using. This is the operating point. This is the reactive power margin. In the curve, that means the figure A, this is the operating point only. Okay, now you see, okay, I already told now 4 different loads P1, P2, P3. That means what is the Q axis source, what that means the amount of additional reactive power, that means which must be injected into the bus to operate at a given voltage only. So the operating point is the intersection of the power curve with the voltage axis. So no reactive power is required to be injected or absorbed. You see here, this is the curve intersection. This is the operating point. Okay, this operating point intersect on the, this is the voltage axis. Okay, here this is the voltage at the time, this is the Q value only. Now you see, if the slope of the curve at the intersection point is positive, means the system is stable. That means and any additional reactive power will raise the voltage. If suppose the slope of the intersection point is the negative, means the system is unstable. So therefore that means what, that the additional, when the reactive power decreases like this only. Now you see the graph. Okay, this is the curve. Okay, you see this is the reactive power margin. Okay, this is the voltage, this is the reactive power. Okay, so this is the curve. Okay, this is one curve, this is one, or 2 curves we are using the shunt capacitor bank, that is the power factor improvement device. This is the operating point. Okay, so under this operating point, that means positive. You see, this is the voltage is positive, at the same time the reactive power also positive. That's why I am telling here what that means. The slope of the curve at the intersection point is positive, means the system is stable. Any additional reactive power will raise the voltage only. Now you see the diagram. Okay, this is the intersecting point. This is the positive value of the voltage V. This is the positive value of the Q. So this in the, under this case what, this is the capacitive. That is capacitive reactance we are using. That means what, you can boost the voltage. So the power factor increases. Okay. So then if suppose for example the intersecting point, but here that means what, that means the voltage is positive, but that means the Q is negative. That means this is the inductive reactance. Inductive reactance means that is the lagging power factor. That means then the voltage that means reduces. Okay, this is why I am telling here. Okay, now I already told that from the diagram only, for P1 load what, that is the reserve of the reactive power. It can be used to maintain the stability also, even the load increases. Now you see, this is in this curve only. Okay, the P1 load, that means what, the P1 load, then the Q reserve. Okay, and then P2. You see the P2. For the P2 load, that means what? The system is marginally stable. Now you see the in the diagram, in the P2 and all, the system is stable only. Okay. Then for higher load, you see for the higher load P3 and P4, the system is not stable. You see here the diagram P3 and 4, the system is not stable one. This is unstable only. Under this, this meaning is what? Not stable means what is the meaning? That means certain amount of the reactive power must be injected into the bus to cause an intersection with the voltage axis. So therefore, the measure of Q reserve gives the indication of the margin between the stability and the instability. That is called as the that means a reactive power margin, which is shown in this diagram. You see, this is the reactive power margin. So the reactive power margin, that means represents, that means what? That is nothing but the measure the relationship between the voltage stability and then voltage instability only. Then the slope of the Q curve represents the stiffness of the test buses. Okay, so suppose the generators reach their volt ampere reactive limit, mean the slope of the QV curve becomes less steep and then the bottom of the curve is approached. So therefore the QV curve are presently the workhorse method of the voltage stability analysis at many utilizations. Okay, so therefore this method artificially stresses a single bus. The conclusion is nothing but the confirmed by the more realistic method. Okay, dear student, I hope that in this lecture video you understood the analysis of voltage stability. Analysis means when the voltage is stability, when the voltage is instability, when the system is stable, when the system is unstable, when that means based on the real power value, what is the value of Q value, V value, and then what is the reactive power margin, and then what is the intersection point, based on the slope of curve, positive or negative, what is the system stability. Everything you have to comes under analysis of voltage stability. That means which is we understood by using the QV curves and PV curves. Thank you students for listening this video.